Hey guys, welcome back. It's your favorite Gimp with a Limp, and I am here with the next part of Jagged Alliance, the board game. We're going to jump right back into it real quick before we do a couple of quick things about the game, a couple of comments from before. First off, do let me apologize that it has been a little bit before I've been able to get this up and some other videos that I've been working on for you guys. Unfortunately, my wife, Gimpy's gal, ended up in the hospital really soon after we had our little baby, and she ended up having to have some surgery done. So we got stuck at the hospital for a few more days when we were not anticipating it, and I had to make sure I was there for her, helping out with the kids and all that. So I ended up getting delayed for about a week or so that I was not anticipating. So I do apologize for that. She is doing well, though. She's healed up nicely. Surgery went well, and we're back home with the baby, ready to get back at this stuff. So do appreciate the support and the well wishes that you guys sent our way on Facebook. All right, couple things about this that we had missed in our previous playthrough. I want to make sure and I update on those. One, I had missed something about the sectors being, when they're liberated, like these are now, being considered just one area, so just one movement point to take and move through. And I read through that rule book a lot in the only thing I could find on it that said anything about that was one little reminder blurb at the top. Was just, remember a liberated sector is one area, but I didn't see it mentioned anywhere else. So maybe I missed it, maybe I didn't. I don't know. Also, when it came to expertise, I had read it in the front of the rule book, and that was just my goof. I had forgotten about it. But you get expertise from items or attachments or whatever it is, but something will give you expertise. Like this, I grabbed out as an example. Urban camo, you get expertise on the stealth or armor rolls while in urban areas. And there's other things that'll give you expertise for attacks or things like that. So these dice, when you roll them and you get that expertise symbol like that, that's when you're actually able to use that. So I was using expertise before I was technically allowed to. So that was my goof on that one. I do apologize for that. And one more little update on it. Remember, with this, we were talking about these. This is an attachment. That's what that little symbol there in the top left means. And then you have the little symbol at the bottom right telling you how many attachments you can have. Your starting gear doesn't come with attachments. You can see it's 0 here, and the rest of the guys, they just have 0. But this armor is actually an upgraded armor. The one underneath is just starting. I've got it set there just out of the way. It's in his inventory. But this one can have an attachment. So he's got that attached to him to upgrade his armor. This guy does not. His is just in his inventory because, again, he only has 0 for attachments. So he can't attach that. But she does have the bonus still with the Kevlar gloves because of her ambidextrous thing of being able to have the extra weapon slot. So she gets to equip these and that cool stuff. And she still has the SKS if she wants to use that. But I'm kind of thinking the pistols are the better way to go because I can get some free shots if I need them. And she has the weapon slots for it anyway. So we'll go with it. And throw this off to the side and we'll get back at it. Remember, we had liberated these first 2 sectors. Our end goal is here. We need to liberate this sector. We already did find our guy, Homos, that guy. So we do not have to worry about going down into either of these 2 sectors to check the binocular tokens. We don't have to worry about it. We found the X early on. So we can just shoot straight across, check this sector, defeat whatever pops up here, and then come over to here, defeat what pops up here, and then we're good. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'll pull this over. Oh, and one other thing someone did mention, the fatigue, make sure you only do that when you do start the mercenary's turn, because I wasn't thinking about it, but you did make a good point. If I just, at the start of the turn, go ahead and pull everyone's 2 over, then if they get attacked, they've got extra stamina that they might not have otherwise. So make sure you do follow the game's turn order. That was a good call on that one. All right, we've got our guys up there. Which one do we want to go with first? We're going to be activating this sector. I'm thinking I'll send my stealth guy. That is my stealth guy, isn't it? See, that's the one bad part about having miniatures that are not key to one specific guy. You might forget which one you have going with which. I want to say that's the stealth one because he's up here in the stealth area. So yeah, we'll go with that. And this guy will be, oh yeah, he had the Russian hat. So that's Bobby and that's Kyle. All right, so Kyle, Shadow down here. We'll start with him. Move a couple of fatigue blocks over. And let's see, I'm thinking I'll move in here so he has the stealth bonus from this jungle. It'll be one of the starting areas. I think that's D. So enemies might spawn on him, but that's all right. He'll be able to stealth it and continue on. So let's take and spend 1 fatigue block for a move. We'll save his command action for now. We've come in here, so now we've got to flip our spawn card, see what's there. Flip our spawn card, and it's another goofy damn spawn card. This sector is liberated. Place this card on the sector. On a skill roll, achieve 3 leadership to discard this card and gain its reward. Okay, that works. All right. If this one has another one of those, we're going to take and switch it out for a different card because I want to have some more attacks before we finish this out. I don't think I've got anyone who can actually get 3 leadership. Yeah, I've only got 1 guy with leadership. I'll make the roll, but I'm definitely not going to get the 2 icons. And look at that. Oh, I did get the 3 leadership. Look at that. Damn, talk about lucky. 2 stars and 1 star. And if I had expertise for it, I would be able to take and re-roll that 1 for extra star. But damn, I'll be damned. Got 2 of those guys. We'll set those down. Actually, save a little time. We'll just set them right here so I know that I got them. But that is the rebel icon that you can put in places like this, or they can be spent to help you with counterattacks or stuff involving the dictator. So that works pretty nicely, I gotta say. All right, well, since this sector is liberated, moving to the edge will just be 1. So I'll flip his command. We'll move him also to stealth. Stick with that little jungle area up to here. That way he can go up here into this village and attack them. I can't attack across sector lines. I have to be in there, but he can move into that sector, or that area rather, and attack whoever spawns. Because someone's definitely spawning there. I'm not going to waste another turn just doing that stuff. We will activate Bobby, move him up, and we'll just do our command action to move him all the way. He'll go down towards here, and Cynthia will do the same. I think I'll stick her with him. Yeah, we'll do that. They'll both go for this village down here at the bottom, and Kyle, the Shadow, can come in across the top, and we'll see if we can do a pincer move up there at the top. All right, so that takes care of them. We'll flip our command tokens back over and drag me another cube. Make sure I'm keeping track of what turn we are on. Okay, so we got to do our event real quick for the dictator section. Let's see, there's nothing else. Yeah, we don't have any threat to increase. There's no counterattacks in the scenario. So yeah, it's just our event card. We are still in yellow, which is spotters. During the next turn, killing a sniper increases threat by 1 per sniper. Ooh, okay, that could hurt us by increasing threat. I'll set that right there so I don't forget it. So it depends on what this spawn card pops up. If it pops up snipers, then we have to worry about that. All right, so we will take and we're going to start with Bobby, since Bobby has a good chunk of armor. And this is an armor section here. That's what that icon means. It'll increase his armor. So we'll have him move in, and he'll actually do a group move with a command action to take her with him. This will activate the sector now that he's in here. I'll just set that token there out of the way. And there better be enemies. There are actually enemies on this one. Okay, so we have 1 elite and 1 regular thug that we have to worry about. That's what that 1 icon means. And then 2 encounters. So give me just a second. Let me take and get this set up on the board. Okay, so we've got our board set up here. You guys can see there's 2 of the encounter tokens here, and we have 2 of our red shirts that we have to worry about. And actually, let me grab the card so I can show you guys. The red shirts that are there, one of them is elite and one of them isn't. That's what that yellow symbol means around one of their icons there. So one of them, the one without the yellow base, uses the top line of the stats, and the one underneath uses the bottom. So a couple extra health, same armor, does one more in attack, and has farther range, and he's harder to stealth from. So that's something that you do have to keep in mind. And now on the backside, there's the upgraded version. So there's the one stripe version and then the two stripe version. And then each side has their own stats for regular and elite. Now I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do. So we can attack across sector lines. So they're going to come down this way. And I'm thinking, right, this is what I'm thinking on strategy here. The yellow guy is going to be able to attack me. And he's going to attack these guys. He'll go after the Russian, since he's the current active player that's causing this. They'll both move one step closer. I can move him in and attack, and we'll get him in a pincer attack afterwards, because I don't want to attack him in the town. I want to try to draw him out of the town, so I'll have the bonus armor and they won't have the bonus armor, because if they have 2 armor, that means I have to do 3 damage just to put 1 damage through on them. That'll be difficult. So I'm kind of thinking I can't do anything else. I have to blow the rest of my turn waiting. Just let them do the attack and eat it is my bet, because if I move up, he'll move up and attack. This guy will suffer 2 attacks unless he actually kills one. And then he loses his armor bonus that he would have there. I mean, there's ways to look at it in either direction, but I'm thinking I'll save the stamina and just eat the attack. All right, so I'm going to end Bobby's turn. I'm going to leave him just doing the group move and activating this. Probably not the best of ideas, but we'll see how it works. All right, they're going to activate now. The enemies are enemy activation. Activate each enemy in the active mercenary sector, which is going to be these guys. So they're activating in this sector. They are both going to follow this command path, which means move and then attack. And they just do the straight damage that they do. So they're going to move 1. See, I guess it really doesn't matter which zone they move to, so we'll just move them right there. And they're going to attack. It says if the targets are equidistant, target the current active mercenary, which is our Russian Bobby. This one cannot attack though, because his range is only 0, so we only have to deal with this attack. Now that is 4 damage coming into Bobby. Bobby has a choice. He can either stealth or he can use his armor. I'm definitely going to use the armor because I have 1, 2, and then 3. This extra spot here provides 1 extra armor for him. So I get to roll 3 yellow dice to mitigate it. And however many successes I get is how many points of damage it knocks off. But if the stealth works, you use the blue dice. It shows you here on the right side, that's what that little stealth symbol represents, how many successes you gotta get. If you succeed at your stealth roll, you're just good. There's no damage, you're okay. If you fail though, you eat all the damage. So if you got a guy like Kyle Shadow, who's better at stealth, then yeah, you wanna try to stealth it. All right, let's roll, see how many we can block. We need 4. Oh, bad roll, bad roll. We are eating 3 damage on Bobby. Remember, Bobby does not take wounds, he takes fatigue. So 3 of those are going over. And see, that's what I'm talking about. He's going to get 2 of those back on my next turn since I didn't waste any more of his fatigue. So that could end up helping him out. Actually, I'm going to set this event off to the side so we don't have to worry about it now that no snipers popped up. All right, now, let's see. Who do I want to... Ooh, this is bad. Okay. If I move Kyle up, Kyle can shoot from range 1. I can take out this thug and then have him just worry about eating the damage from this guy. That way he won't move. Because if I attack with her, I don't want these guys to move. Well, she would have to move up into theirs. And if she failed, yeah, we're going with Kyle first. Okay, so Kyle's going. We'll spend his command action. We'll move his fatigue over. He's going to come in. And he's going to conduct an attack. And I think I'm going to go for the regular thug. I've got a better chance of taking him out. I can spend 2 fatigue for a guaranteed 1 success. And then I get a single die. So, yeah, we're going with that. Because I cannot miss on this. We're going to spend 2 fatigue. And the single success just beats his armor. Because remember, even the base guy has 1 armor. So you have to do 2 damage just to kill him. So let's take and roll it. All I need is 1 success to take this guy out. Oh, that was close. I thought that was going up Blake. What? Got him. Okay, he is down. Now, I've got 5 attack left. This guy has the same 1 armor now, but he has 3 health. I'm thinking I spend another 2 fatigue and conduct that attack again against... Oh, wait. Can't do that. I can only use weapons once per round. Killing an enemy while you're standing in jungle. Nope. I'm not standing in jungle. There is no jungle there. I don't think there's anything else I can do for him. Could use his leadership skill. Oh, but I already used his command action. Oh. Yeah, I guess I'm just going to save his turn, which will make the elite guy attack Kyle, since he's the active Marine and they're equally distant from mercenary, and they're equally distant from each other. So he'll conduct the attack there if I don't do anything else. And then I can have her run in and go black as hard as she can to try to take this guy out. I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kyle's going to end his turn where he's at. That means he's going to eat an attack now from the elite. That's 4 damage coming in. I do get to roll 2 yellows, 1 for his single die, and then 1 for the village that he is in. But, yeah, I was thinking I could try to stealth it, but you need 2 successes on that, and these do not. It's just a 50-50 chance on those blue dice. It's not that good. Okay, so we've got 2 armor die. Let's roll it, see if we can mitigate some of this. I need a lot of successes. That is not a lot of successes. That is bad. Oh my God, that's so bad. And that was, it was 2 of those 2 expertises. So he eats 4 damage. Not good. Ooh. And it's her turn, and she does not have the leadership skill. She does not have the ability to take and give him some fatigue back. I really wish I could do that. Okay. I'm going to have her run in, and we are going to spend all the stamina. We're going all out. 4 stamina. She's blazing away with both pistols. She's got 2 guaranteed successes, and she gets to roll 2 yellow die. So at minimum, 1 damage is going through this guy. If 2 successes come up on this thing, then we've got him. That's all I need. 2 successes. Come on, 2 successes. Oh, 1 success. No, he lives. Okay, we'll place those 2 next to him. So her in there because she did run in. So he's got 2 wounds. He's only got 1 wound left, and we can take him down. But now he is going to commence with his attack. And her armor is 2 yellow die, so that helps. Remember, she does have her regular armor, and then she has the Kevlar gloves. And I'll tell you what, we are going to burn... Oh, I could have burned... I forgot about doing that for the other guy. Oh, well. We are going to burn a durability here on her gloves. So that eats the durability to add 1 extra. So that's 3 dice. And I could burn 1 there if I need to reroll. Should have done that with the other guy. Oh, that's fine. So she gets 3 yellow die for defense. She's got 4 damage coming in on her. Hopefully I won't need a reroll. Okay, she got it. Why couldn't that have been my attack? Could have taken this guy out. So that mitigated all the damage. That's how it's done. And now that her turn's done, and the mercenaries have, or the red shirts have completed their attack, That was the last of my guys, so we are down to the next round. We will do another event. See what we got going here. During the next turn, no, so bad. Mercenaries do not recover stamina. Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. We got 1 damage left on this guy, and we've got this. Okay. But look at my guys. He's almost dead. Well, he's doing okay. And she's... Oh. Okay. I have got to use the command skill here to try to get some stamina. If I do that, he's not going to... I've got to just go balls out on the attack. Who's going to get my best chance for attack? I think this is 2 orange dice is the way to go. Range 1. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have Bobby commence with the attack. We're not even going medical. We're just spending 3, and we're going to try to blow this guy out of the water. All right. He gets 2 orange dice, and there's 1 blank side on that. I need 2 successes total to get this guy, and they will live. Otherwise, the chick is done for. Oh, yeah. He's blatted. He is toast. We got him. We'll take him. Spend 1 more. That's the last of the guys that are going to move up, so we don't have to worry about it anyway. But we'll loot this guy. They both... Let's see. For elite, you get 2 stripes. He can loot that. AK-47. Oh, that is a decent weapon right there. I like that. You can gain burst fire with the durability or spend 3 stamina for a red die attack. And the red dice are the best dice. You can see there's even 4 successes on that. Lots of expertise. I don't even think there's a blank side on these things. Yeah, that is a good one right there. All right, we'll just set that off to the side because he's not going to equip it. He'll stick with the weapon he's using for now. But that actually takes care of our... attacks. I'm set these red dice out. We've actually liberated this area. That one's been looted. And let's just go ahead and get these things done here. Increase the threat level. Yay. So to save myself looking for a token, we'll just set that right there. There are little skull tokens for threat that you put on there. And then at the end, that's when you'll take it. Or at the dictator phase, that's when you'll push that up. Okay, so that's the end of his turn. Nobody left to activate enemy-wise, so we'll go to Kyle, who can't recover. We'll spend your command. Ooh, let's do it this way. We'll spend his command action to do a group move, pull her up here, and then end his turn. Although it's free to do a loot action anyway, so I don't think it matters which one of them loots this final thing. Hey, and we got $1. Yay, we got $1. So we've cleared this out. We've liberated. I'm not even going to worry about looting this last guy. That takes care of the scenario. Let's look in our victory condition and see what happens. Spoiler alert, just in case you are not wanting to know what happens. So they do a little talking, and then add 3 funds and 2 rebels to your supply. Take aim cards 11 and 12. Let's see what they are. 11 and 12. 11 is Ira Smith. She gives your medical plus a yellow die, and on activation, recover additional fatigue. Sweet. Okay, she's awesome sauce. And we got the Omerta Rebel HQ. On behalf of my people and Morocco, I welcome you. I am Miguel Cordona, and the revolution is very much in need of your aid. At the start of each scenario, add 2 rebels to your supply. Sweet. That's actually really good. So we got that. This is what I was talking about, liking the aim deck. I haven't looked through all of it. I just kind of perused it a little bit just to see what all is in there. And there's a lot of weapons. There's a lot of allies. There's other cards like that. I haven't read them because I kind of want to be surprised by it, that change things up. So it's very much like Fallout, the board game from Fantasy Flight Games, where their quest deck changed up aspects of the game or had different things in it. I like how the aim deck's set up like that. It's numbered, you know where things need to be. Takes away a little bit of the replayability, because if you do play through all the campaign, then you know what's going to be in the aim deck. But it does seem like there's a fair amount of game in here as far as the deck's concerned. I mean, you can see it's the biggest deck in the game is the aim deck, so there is a lot going on there. That's, like I said, that's going to complete this second scenario or our playthrough here. I gotta say, all things considered, I really do like Jagged Alliance, the board game. There are a few minor faults, a few little things as far as the components are concerned, like I stated previously, with a little bit of minor warping. Really not that big of a deal. The cards are nice and thick. They're not thin to the point that you don't feel like you can shuffle them. You can sleeve them if you want to, but you don't have to. I don't think it's the type that you're going to have to worry about. One of the things I was kind of perusing a little bit, I would have liked to seen a little bit more variety on these, the spawn cards. There are a fair amount of them. There's the question mark, single skull, double skull, triple skull for the different difficulty levels. That's cool and all, but there's not a whole lot of each one of the different set. You see there's 4 different types and not a whole lot. So after you've played a few scenarios, you'll have an idea kind of what's in the question mark or what's in the single skull, double skull as you've played through it. That's another ding against replayability, but not a whole hell of a lot, because you still can't guarantee what's going to be, in the deck. So also, as far as components are concerned, like I said, it's miniature light. There's not a whole lot. There's not a miniature per mercenary, which that's kind of a ding. I would have preferred that because it would save a little bit of confusion on the mercenaries. But it does help cut the cost. And so many of these Kickstarter games now are $100, $200, $300. They're just so expensive out of the gate. And I think this one, all told, like all in, was something like 80. I can't remember off the top of my head. You guys can look on Kickstarter and see, but it wasn't overly expensive. So they put out a quality game, good components, good cards, good tokens, good everything else. And they just cut back a little bit on the miniatures to save you guys cost. And I think that was actually a good idea. I wouldn't mind seeing more board game makers doing stuff like that, because, I mean, I get it. I love miniatures. I love getting a huge box of miniatures. Who doesn't? Who's into board games? It's awesome. But more often than not, that huge box of miniatures ends up on your shelf and you're not doing a whole lot. More often than not, you're not going to be able to paint them all or do anything like that. So having fewer does mean that you have more space. You don't have to try to figure out where they're all going to go after you've opened the box and things like that. And you can kind of keep track of what's what a little bit easier than some of those other games. I mean, there's room for both. Cutting cost, making the game cheaper and more accessible for more people by not having bukus of miniatures, I think is a good call, something different. And they do have the expansion, like I said. And actually, hold on, let me set this down and I'll show you guys what's in there. Okay, as you guys can see, this has some extra miniatures in it. You can see the little bug-looking things and slugs and whatever the hell those things are. I haven't dug too much into the expansion yet, but that's me looking like that. It does have some extra sectors included with it as well. These are the underground sectors. They are front and back like the others. And also more cards, more tokens, another dictator. So this offers plenty of stuff to expand your game past what's already in the game. And there's actually a fair amount in this game. There's plenty of scenarios in it. Like I said, the only thing is the replay value is just a touch lower, but I don't think it's really that big of a deal. You do get your money's worth as far as the game's concerned with everything that does come in it. Okay, so is this game for you? If you are into the dungeon crawls, the miniature type games, and you like Jagged Alliance, you played it back in the day and you want to have the board game version, or you like modern ideas like military and guns and stuff like that, and you'd rather have guns and grenades and armor instead of swords, arrows and spells and whatnot, then yeah, this is a good dungeon crawl. And I know I'm calling it a dungeon crawl, but it is a dungeon crawl. It's similar to Descent and Shadows of Brimstone and any of the other games. Resident Evil, that's a new one that came out. Actually, I like this a lot better than Resident Evil 2. And if any of you guys saw that board game, the Kickstarter that released Resident Evil 2, I like that. I played it. You guys haven't seen it. I haven't filmed it for the channel. Short version real quick is that their tiles, their maps for the game were not specific. It was just a buttload of generic tiles. Like you'd have a T or a straight or a square room. But for the most part, there was only like 1 or 2 that were specific. The rest were just generic. They weren't tile 1A, you know, like this is, or tile 15A. So you knew, okay, this tile has to go here and this one goes here, and it makes your map. You could use any number of the pieces to make out the map that they had, which made the game feel very generic. Came with a bunch of minis that were nowhere near as good as the minis that come with this game. I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry, guys. Short version is if you played that, this is way better. I like the stuff they did here with the map as far as it's concerned, having specific tiles. I really, really do not like it when a game does that, where the map pieces are just generic pieces and it doesn't matter which one of the straight pieces you use or the square size pieces you guys get what I'm saying, where it didn't matter which piece you used because they were all the same. They might have a different image on it, which were way too dark. Definitely go look at the pictures of that thing, but way too dark. This does good as far as that dungeon crawl is concerned. Like I said, if you're into Jagged Alliance, military stuff, this is going to be a game for you. I like it. There's plenty of equipment, plenty of mercenaries. Like I said, it's 12, 13, 14, somewhere around there. Mercenaries that come with the game. They all have different abilities. Easy to solo play. It is going to get harder as you play through. You guys didn't even see the snipers that are in it. Let me show you some of the other enemies real quick. Their cards. We already saw the red shirts. There's also the blood cats. And you see they put a bleed effect on there, which happens regardless whether or not you actually take the damage. So even if you block the hit with your armor, you still take bleed. There's the other side of them. Then we have the shield guys that the elites can cause suppression. So that's really cool. And then the snipers here, they have a dash for their range, which means they can hit anyone in the sector. They have no range. That's really sick right there. Even the base one has 2 health. No armor though, so they'll go down pretty quick. Decent enough supply of enemies. Might have would have liked to have seen a couple more, but like I said, the expansion adds to it and adds a few more types of enemies other than what comes in the base game. All right, but that's going to be it for me. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Definitely leave your comments, thoughts, concerns, complaints, bitches, modes, and all that other stuff down in the comments. And I am going to be trying to do more Kickstarter type games like this for you guys to show them off. I have Agents of Mayhem coming in here soon, and I might be doing Skull Tales depending on how that plays out. I'll touch up on that later for you guys. All right, but that's going to be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Y'all take care. I'll catch you in the next one.